I'm bringing up somebody who is here on a regular basis to listen, and I say that about a lot of people, but it's really nice when people just come because they know they're part of this storytelling community, and they are. And Jerry has told several stories here, and I like his wry sense of humor. I like his stories. He is here tonight. Right on, Mr. Jerry Dahlgren.
Thank you. This story happened many years ago. I was married to my first wife, who we shall refer to as Catherine, because that was her name. We lived in Connecticut at the time, and her sister, who was 14 years younger, came out to visit. She was a teenager. And to indicate how long ago that was, she dressed as the first incarnation of Madonna from the borderline years. Her name is Connie. We needed to do something to entertain her, so we decided to go to New York City because there is nothing to do in Connecticut. Connecticut is sort of the Midwest of the Northeast. We decided to do this on a Wednesday because you can see a matinee and then see a play at night. So off we went. The first play was Hurly Burly with William Hurt, Sigourney Weaver, and Jerry Silver. We parked next door in a parking garage where they put your car on an elevator and shuttle it up and down. And then after the play, we went to the garage and we waited and watched as car after car after car came out of that garage. We watched the actors leave the theater across the street. And at this point, we decided it was appropriate to inquire on when we might expect to see our car. The parking guy replied, "Oh boy, do I have a problem." Being as English was not his first language, I knew immediately he had mixed up his pronouns, and his problem was really my problem. And then he went on to explain that there was a brownout, and they had enough electricity to bring cars down from the upper floors, but not enough to bring them up from the basement. Guess where my car was parked? So the parking man, who had a problem, did indicate that the electrician was on the way, which sounded an awful lot like the check is in the mail. But we decided to go ahead and go to the next play, La Cage aux Folles, and pick up the car after the play, and he assured us it would be out. It wasn't. We scrambled to call the babysitter, because we did have a son at that time, and we had to call work to let them know that we were not going to be in. And so we were there, so we also had to come up with a hotel. So we phoned around and we found one that had one room with one bed. So here we stood, no luggage, with two women, one conservatively dressed, and one like, well, to be honest, dressed like a whore. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's a look I particularly like. I expected to get some reaction from the hotel clerk, either disgust or attaboy, but he didn't react. The next morning we got up, somehow made ourselves presentable, went on the NBC tour, had lunch, and went to the garage to fetch our car. The parking guy once again indicated that he had a problem, and that the electrician was still on his way. We weren't impressed. And apparently he wasn't either, because he did rent us a car. So we got to drive 110 miles home to Connecticut. Now the way I get out of Manhattan is to drive in one direction until I hit water. And then I go around the island until I find the Triborough Bridge. It's not the most efficient method, but it works every time. I happened to choose a direction which took us straight through Harlem, where double and triple parking is common, and buses have the right of way no matter what. I ended up on the grassy median a couple of times before I fully understood this rule. We got a call the next day, and it is Friday now, for those who's keeping track, that they were able to get the car out of the garage. So back into the rental car, and another 110-mile drive to New York City. And the pièce de resistance, upon receiving my car, they also gave me a bill for 3 days parking.
Jerry Dahlgren. GPS, I don't need no stinking GPS. Thank you.